Hey everybody, it's Joe here with Trekkie Bricks, and I am joined by Adam, and he has this amazing module behind us that has these awesome Union Pacific trains, as well as a train station, a whole city behind. He's done some amazing work, so why don't you go ahead and tell us kind of the inspiration behind this, of where the original idea came from for it.
Okay, so a lot of what I do comes from my dad. As a kid, my dad had trains, and I was never allowed to play with them. So I kind of ventured off on my own and kind of had taken what I wanted to do with my dad's layout and turned it into my own.
Okay, so your dad had a large layout in the basement or whatever?
Yeah, HO scale trains, model trains. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I think a lot of us, I had HO,
Yeah.
So it sounds like you had HO. It sounds like a good one to jump from HO to Lego.
Yeah, I always remember trying to put the track down and using the hammer and digging it up and the train to derail, and it would just get super frustrating. So I was able to find a median that I could still do the trains, but it wasn't my dad's shadow, but it was kind of my own area to go with. So
Okay.
that's kind of where it all started from.
Awesome, and then that was the jump, like when you were younger, jumping from HO to Lego, or?
So I always had Legos as a kid. My mom would buy us Pirates for Christmas. And so, I mean, I always had the love of Lego, but I didn't really realize I could do this with it until I probably 2014 when I got out of the military. And was able to find a group of people that was doing something similar to what I thought that I wanted to do, and it just kind of took off from there. It became like more of an addiction than a hobby, I guess.
2 modules for the current lug standards is 3 base plates wide is 1 module, so we got 2 modules here, and yeah, absolutely done an amazing job succeeding with that goal.
Thank you.
I see people all the time come up, stadium, and they say, the train's up here and everything. I hear it all day long while I'm over here. And
and I can't take credit for all of it on my own. I mean, I might have my name attached to it, but a little piece of everybody that's helped me to get to where I am is in every single one of my builds. And that's something I take a lot of pride in, is representing not only what I have to offer, but what other people have shown me to get to where I am. And it's a piece that I like to put in each build. For instance, like my breast cancer locomotive that's over here. That's a very personal build that maybe not so much a Lego person taught me how to do, but just a family member of mine that had cancer and passed away from it. I wanted to represent her in a way that I was comfortable with and knew, and Lego was how I did that. And
okay,
so,
yeah.
I mean, the restaurants, my daughter with the Wiener Schnitzel, every single person that means a lot to me is represented in these builds somehow, or a story behind every single piece pretty much that's in these builds is someone that's helped me get to where I am, or had a part of my life.
Yeah, and it's amazing work too. So I know that those builds that you do for those people in your lives, you've definitely dedicated yourself to it. Yes. I mean, the train's amazing, your buildings look great.
Yes.
Something else along those lines, I think I had overheard at one point something about sig figs or minifigs that you do with your build also?
Yeah, so the sig figs inside of my Union Pacific train that's in the background there, for each convention I go to, the friends I run into, they place one of their figures in there in a place that they choose to, and it just kind of represents where they're at and where they want to be in the future, and it helps the build continue the story of what it originally was. So, I mean, it might have started out as one thing, but as the story progresses and more people go in there, it adds to the story, and it's fun to have a build that just stays alive like that, and you just don't build it and it runs around on the track, and it is, it can become a little boring, I think, for me personally, if you just build it and then it's done. It always has a life and a personality afterwards, and that's what makes these shows fun for me.
Yeah, that's an absolutely great idea for being able to have that evolving, and really it's kind of like a history book too.
It is.
So you can kind of go back and be like, oh yeah, that person, I had a great time hanging out with them and whatnot. So
absolutely.
Amazing idea.
Thank you.
I'm just going to shift a little bit to the trains that we have in front of us.
Yeah.
These are your 2, probably some of the most recognizable.
Yes.
So You know, I'd love to see one of these trains pulling that sig fig train, and just kind of like that embodies Adam. I gotta say, having everything out. Maybe we can get some shots of that later. But
in this train right here, the one that's in front of us is the 844. A lot of people are more familiar with the big boy locomotive because it's got a lot of the publicity and press lately with the bigger railroading community. But the 844 is really honestly the reason why this whole layout exists for me. Because as a kid, again, going back to history again, but the 844, seeing that as a kid, it inspired me beyond words that I can even come up with. And so I knew that as one of my first locomotives I did, I had to create that locomotive. I had to. And I've never, ever been at a show where another person has had that locomotive. But people get excited about Big Boy going around the track. But for me, there's nothing like watching 844 go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'll put a link in the corner up here somewhere. We actually have a video of your 844, and I'm not sure if it's your Big Boy or if it's the other Big Boy, but it's your 844, and I gotta say that is one of the most popular videos on the channel. So having those two linked together, people are absolutely appreciating your 844 a lot. Great work. I can't give it enough praise.
Thank you.
Anything to wrap up for this that you wanted to make sure and point out?
I just want to, again, go back to the personalization that I put in each one. The hockey arena that's right here, the street hockey, I'm a big hockey fan. That's how I got my start, was playing in parks, church parking lots. Wherever I could find a sheet of pavement to play hockey at, that was where I was at usually if I wasn't doing Legos. The dogs, my daughter wants to be a veterinarian, so that's what the dogs are for. Again, like I said, each piece that's in here, there's a reason why it's here. It's not just because it's Lego and it's a Lego show. It's something in here represents somebody or something in me that's very important to me. So that's why I do this.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great work. Thank you for your time. Thanks for telling us all about it.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the convention.
Yeah, thank you.